Alright, shifting gears a little bit here. Figured why not throw a tier list on here. I'll probably throw up my credentials. I don't have a max main, but I have an almost max main. So along the way, I guess you could say, I've come to like a few unexpected ones. There's a couple that I can't stand, but honestly, most of the skills in the game are really solid. Agility, a lot of people hate on this one. A lot of people like Hallowed Sepulchre. It's not my cup of tea. To be honest with you, I just fuck up the little Dance Dance Revolution thing a little bit too much. I really like grinding. If I'm not doing like an actual PvE activity, I wish there were more PvP activities, but I won't even touch that. At least not right now. But yeah, there's really not too much PvP, especially for shitters like myself. But if I'm not doing an actual like boss or something, I like something that's really just, I can kind of focus on the grind. It's not going to interrupt my attention too much. And honestly, agility isn't that bad. It's kind of messed up initially if you've never done a grind like it, where you got to click around the screen. You can't, set your inventory to do 28. But it is also pretty brutal. This actually did take me quite a long time to nail it out. So I'm gonna have to put it at a C tier. But that might just already give you a little insight to where I'm coming from. Attack. I mean, what's there to say about attack? You get more weapons. The higher your attack is, that's badass. A lot of pures revolve around how high their attack are, so I'm going to go ahead and give attack an A. It's not S tier, but it's a bread and butter skill. Again, how much more is there to say about it? You attacked the shit. So let's go. Construction. I actually love construction. I remember them releasing it originally. I don't remember what year. I was looking at my account. I had 2 accounts initially. I'm thinking my first account was probably started fall of 2004. But my main is, I believe, June of 2005. So I actually remember the release of construction. It's honestly the most useful skill in the game. You can basically reduce all of your traveling down to a house teletab. I'm gonna go ahead and put that at an S tier. It's badass. House parties are badass. It's a cool flex, cool way to burn your money. Cooking, easy ass 99. You cook, it's badass, that's it. It's a really, it's not a stressful 99, it's very easy. I did this 99 in the Rogue's Den, in, what's it called? Well, the first Slayer Masters, it's Berthorpe. It's in Berthorpe. I did it in that little underground dungeon. Cool hangout spot. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a B. Crafting. Crafting's pretty cool. I have a lot of nostalgia about crafting just because it was a really bread and butter way for noobs back in the day of getting some starting cash. You grab the flax, make some bowstring, sell it. Pretty simple. I'm trying to think if this is really, if it's really all that like interesting or engaging, or if it really has any cool applications, and it really doesn't. It's not too much of a headache to get 99 on. Doesn't have a whole lot of cool stuff unless I'm missing something. I'd love people to tell me that I'm wrong about that. Defense is pretty cool. I suck at PvP, but I've always loved making pures, so I kind of, I like the lack of defense. The defense is cool. You get armor. Bread and butter. I don't know though, is it A tier? I think weapons are cooler than armor, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in B tier. Farming. It's kind of cool. I have a feeling, and it would be cool to come back and make another tier list maybe when I hopefully get a little deeper into my hardcore Iron Man here, where I can reflect a little bit more about these skills, because this probably means a lot more to a hardcore Iron Man than it does to a main. This was just burning my cash, is all farming was. It was just a run. Sometimes it was cool. And then sometimes it was just another chore. It was like my daily login I had to do. It was kind of annoying at times. But all in all, it's easy. In some sense, it gives you a reason to log in, but I'm going to go ahead and put it at C tier. Firemaking. I've been playing the 2004 Scape server a little bit lately, which is a lot of fun. It's just really cool. It brings you back to the day. Especially how relaxing it is and how janky everything is. It doesn't allow for really a lot of the min-maxing that goes on now. Not that I have a problem with that, it's just, it is what it is. But I had forgotten that you used to have to click the tinderbox on every single log. It's kind of crazy. Winter Tot is pretty cool. I'm not really sure what to say about Winter Tot. It's kind of annoying, but it is kind of cool. It's kind of a middle ground game. I kind of consider it one of the Iron Man games. I kind of used to hate on it for that reason. Just seems like it was brought into the game for Iron Man. But of the newer game modes, I do like Tempo Ross, I would say, better than that one. I like it's probably my least favorite of them. But firemaking generally, it's so easy. The cape's cool. It's unique. But is it as good as cooking? I don't think it is. I think that's gonna be another C tier. And the thing about C tier is not bad. You want a lot of okay shit. Fishing is kind of badass. There's something really there's something really relaxing about fishing. You do it in different spots. You can always switch it up. A lot of times I do like to switch it up too, not do the fastest route to do everything. On my main, I would like to get into the whatever bird fishing. You do it with like a falcon or something. And then you can get that wieldable rod. That's the word I was looking for. That would be cool. Fishing is badass. I don't know really how to explain it. It's like if you ask somebody about fishing in real life and they try to explain why it's so cool, it's gonna sound really fucking boring, but it is actually really cool. Fletching was actually my first 99. When I first came back to old school RuneScape, which was actually kind of late to the game. I probably quit RuneScape. I don't remember exactly, but it was very like quickly after EOC, which is a horse that doesn't need to be beaten anymore. But you know, I had just other things going on, other games. I had moved on to World of Warcraft at the time, and so I didn't even know that old school RuneScape had come back until a friend had told me. Checked it out, and I had never had a 99 on my original account, on my what would be my RS3 account now. So I thought it would be cool to get a 99, kind of a childhood, the classic. Got to get, you know, your goal, whatever it was. Everyone had a different goal back then. So this was my first 99, super easy. I think this one's going to be another important one on Iron Man. It is kind of cool. it's one of those things where nowadays everything you can just play off the Grand Exchange. I think in some ways that the Grand Exchange alone kind of removes a lot of the player interaction that makes the game cool. You see a lot of that in 2004 Scape. If there's one thing that I think would make the game better, as crazy it is to say, is a lack of Grand Exchange. But Fletching, I'm going to go ahead and give it a B. I like this one. It's a bit nostalgic in a way. I suppose we should line these up with which one's better a little bit. Fishing is going to definitely be top A for now. Herblore, I think this one's going to be, again, I think I'm going to change my tune a little bit on this one. When it comes to an Iron Man, this one, it's just another bank stand. It's just another bank stand, and for me on my main, I did this one kind of late in the game, so I already had money to play with, but this was just a huge, like, 100 mil burn. I don't want to hate on it and call it a D tier or below. I know we're filling up C tier, but man, I almost got to think. I don't want to skip ahead here and think, but I might have to spread them out a little bit. This one definitely would be here, so I think it is going to be our first D tier. I hate to say it, but it's kind of an unremarkable skill, at least for a main. It's just, if you want a 99, you got to do it. If you got to do a quest, you got to do it. Other than that, it's just burning a hole in your pocket. HP. I mean, it's kind of cool to have health, but levels up in the background. It's pretty mid, to be honest with you. I think that one's just mid. You can't really hate it, but there's nothing really to love too much about it. It's there. I can think of a few scenarios where, you know, it's really badass, and I can think of some scenarios where it might be cool to not have it too, on maybe a particular locked account or a pure or something. Which in a way that kind of makes it cool, but keep it C. Hunter, I remember the release of Hunter. This I remember vividly. I don't know why, but at the time, just the theme of it and the places of the world it brought you to, and then the new areas were just so cool to me at the time when it was first released. I didn't really play the game in the same way, so I would be much more immersed in the world, in the setting itself, and to me, Hunter was just a really good catalyst of bringing me to places that were kind of in pockets of the world I might not have gone to otherwise. I got 99 again on my main. Love it. Great skill. So fun. Brings you all over the world. You can really do it a million different ways, and they're all pretty fun. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one I think we're gonna go ahead and put this one in S tier. Hunter is an S tier skill. It's pretty damn badass. Like Chinchompas alone, black Chinchompas. Hell yeah. There's some pretty nostalgic times too. I remember there was a period during the beginning of old school RuneScape where it was actually before they added a bunch of area to like the southwest of the map and long before sailing. So it was just still that black void at the edge of like the red chin area. And I just remember it would be literally walled off with bots. I don't know if I'd be able to find footage of that, but it'd be kind of cool. Random, but anyway, moving on. Magic. This one's definitely going to be an S tier. This is one of my favorite skills in the game. Just generally speaking, I love magic. Whenever I play like an Elder Scrolls game or something like that, I love magic. Love making a wizard. Love the aesthetics of being a wizard, and love them in RuneScape. And RuneScape probably is the most iconic. What I think of it when I think of a wizard is a blue wizard hat, blue wizard top, blue wizard bottom. I love the utility of it. It does damage, of course, but the thing that I've always loved about magic in games is magic is generally like the lesser damage output. It's the lesser DPS thing, but it generally comes with a lot more utility. And likewise in RuneScape, it has a ton of utility. Like ancient magic is so badass. The themes around it, it's badass. What more can I say about it's badass? It's all badass. Lunar's badass. It's all badass. Everything about it. It's cool. Even the symbol. Look at this little wizard hat. It's badass. Mining. Mining is pretty cool. But where do we put mining? Because mining... This one I could see being a big thing that I changed my tune on too on an Iron Man, but as it sits on a main, this was really a big. You do it for quests, and then you do it because if you want a max, you do it because of that. But I mean, the way I did it is I AFK'd in the motherlode mine. It's not until actually recently on my Iron Man that I'm going to start making a serious attempt at learning to tick manipulate. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and honestly, it has cool aesthetics, but I don't know how they could make it cooler. I don't know if they have to, honestly. I don't even think this is a problem, to be honest with you. To have a couple skills that are just kind of, they're not as fun. It's just that simple. Because I mean, I don't know. Do you need another tempo Ross for mining? I don't think so. I mean, they can make it more useful. I don't know exactly how you would do that other than. Yeah, I don't know. Mining's a tricky one, and I actually think it's trickier than smithing, which I'll save for when I get there. But it's okay. I'll give it an okay, but it's gonna be a D tier. I'm just seeing now that there's no sailing, which is unfortunate. But anyway, prayer. Prayer is cool. I like the aesthetics of it. I think in 2004 Scape it's a little cooler because you end up going to the actual churches are a lot more important. For me, I guess it's all in my house, and then I got one of those pools of purple drink you just drink from, so I don't even pray anymore. It's bad out there. But it is cool. The prayers are cool. I like how they added more. I think they should add even more. I don't know if it's necessarily so bad to have a deeper and deeper end game with gear, but that's a whole topic that's not even worth getting into. But the prayer is cool. I'd say it's a lot like it's a big cash burn, but it has a lot more use and a lot more cool stuff you can do with it than say like HP. But it does cost you a lot of fucking money. C tier. Range. I've never been a range guy. Range is cool, but again, if you give me two options, range or mage, I'm gonna choose mage every time. But it is cool. I have played a ranger in Skyrim, like everybody has, and it's very fun. It's very fun in this game too. It's very straightforward. You're doing damage from a distance. Do I like it better than attack though? Let me think about that. I think I do, but it's close. Now, runecrafting, a lot of people hate on runecrafting. I think this is going to surprise people, but I really, really, really love runecrafting. I don't know if most people just end up doing fire runes or lava runes, whatever it is, that miserable. It's miserable, whatever. I believe it's actually lava runes. But if you're just looking for like kind of like a grind that's like I don't know if anyone's done Bloods are really sick. Souls are sick. You make a ton of money, and it's fairly AFK. I guess I like the meter of it. You know, you just mine the rock. You go to the altar. You mine the rock. You go to the altar, and then you do a lap. So it's kind of like you're zoned out for a while, and then you're kind of, for that one lap, you're a little bit more engaged. To me, it just had a nice rhythm to it. I love the aesthetics of it. I like the idea of crafting these runes for magic. I like the lore implications, and even maybe even where that lore came from. I just think it's all cool. Where am I going to put it? Better than construction, though? I mean, it's RuneScape. I think it's going to have to be slightly better. But I don't know that I would say that it's better than Magic. The thing that's got to be kept in mind about construction is I mean, people would say this about Runecrafting, that it's not fun to train. I would disagree. I think it's actually a blast to train. And Guardians of the Rift is amazing. It's very fun. It actually made it an easy skill. I think I'm not going to hate too much, but it did. It kind of nerfed the entire skill as far as difficulty. But construction is brutal. I thought construction sucked. And you dump a ton of money on it, it does... The actual process, it's I mean, I think the end game is you just making a cabinet or a door or something like 5,000 times. There could be something a little bit more engaging. Then again, I don't know that there needs to be. I think that, and I don't know if some people are not going to like this, but I think that it's okay to actually kind of have some skills that are a little bit hellish in certain ways, and the fact that, I mean, that's kind of like Dark Souls. You know, something's hard, beats your ass. I died to Ornstein and Smo for like 12 hours straight before I ever came back the next day and beat them. And I think that there's an aspect, I won't say it's the whole aspect, but there is an aspect to it where, you know, just committing to a difficult grind, chipping away at it. And look, not everyone has to do it. I don't think everything has to be for everyone. So I think it's good. Slayer I think is just amazing, to be honest with you. I look at it's got a cool symbol. It's been in the game forever. It's a great way to learn about monsters, and it forces you to actually use and engage with the different combat styles. And a lot of times levels just kind of melt away just because you kind of get in the rhythm of doing it, and you're knocking out tasks. You're not focused on the level. In a lot of ways, you stop, at least for me, I stop looking at the XP bar, and I just start focusing on knocking out this task. This is my last 99 I'm going for. I'm currently 93, so this one, it makes you a ton of money. I think this is another S tier, to be honest with you. You do have to engage a little bit more. That's not bad. But I do think this is fair. I think it would be my lowest S tier. It's a good skill, but I do enjoy... man. You know what? Because I remembered how bad it is to build. I think we're going to have to do this. I think this is a more accurate layout. Okay. Smithing. Smithing it's just another bank stand. It's cool that it's in the game. I wish that it had more lore for it. I'm not like a game developer or crafter, so I can't really say, but to me, like, it was kind of a mistake making, a forgivable mistake, but making runes so high level, I don't think that gives them a lot of room for other armors and maybe a lot of place to go for it. Maybe that's kind of stupid, but it just doesn't seem like a very useful skill. Maybe that's different for Iron Man again, or Iron Men, but as a main, it's just another money dump. You can make money off of it, but it's a lot more tedious and slow. It's not, I think I just did gold bars, so it's like a pretty small money loss. E, I think that would be my first E, because this one just doesn't seem to be a purpose for it at all in the current game. It's just questing and to get 99. That's the only reason you would do it. But it has the other added bonus that, like, never was I doing it and I ever felt like anything was other than, like, there's times when you're mining when it kind of feels like you need to mine some stuff. Sometimes you need to make some potions. I never really felt like I needed to do the smithing that I was smithing. It was kind of a drag. And I'm not a big and that might be partially my own fault. Like I said, regular smithing, just an inventory of something across the street from the bank in Varrock is cool. But making all those gold bars, not that good of a time. Strength is A tier, bread and butter. Obby Maulers, kind of dead content, but very cool. Miss them. I think it's cooler than attacking, just because hitting big numbers is always cool. I mean, that almost pushes it up into here, but I don't think I'm going to, just because there's very little that you unlock by just being strong. But being strong is cool. Thieving is one of my favorite 99 capes in the game. I love purple. I just think it looks good. I think it's pretty cool in the game. They have a couple of different ways you can go about doing it, and I tried them all. Ultimately, the way I probably did the most was the classic Ardoon Knight in the corner. But I guess what makes it cool is that's anywhere that there's like little pockets of players like that, you can find yourself in some pretty interesting conversations, which is what I end up remembering about a lot of skills. This one, though, I'm going to say this was a B tier. I did enjoy it a little bit more than Fletching. Woodcutting. Woodcutting is, I mean, it's an alright skill. I think it goes without saying, I think it's going to come in more use on an Iron Man needing to fletch, and it's basically the backbone of a lot of supplies. But as far as the main, it's pretty cool. It's not too like annoying or anything. You just go in an area and you click on the trees, they disappear. You click on the trees, and I think that woodcutting is one of the more conducive skills to just chit chat in an area. I think that Draenor Village is probably one of the last places that was alive as far as that. Maybe the Woodcutting Guild. And Forestry revived that. It was really cool. I did a lot of the Forestry when it released. I don't know what the state of Forestry is right now, though I heard it's not great. I've heard there's a lot of bots. But Woodcutting, can't hate Woodcutting. It's kind of bread and butter, but let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it... I'm going to go ahead and put it A tier. Now, there isn't sailing on here. I don't want to rag on it too hard, but I hated on it. Big time, I hated on it. For like a year, I hated on it. I think it's bad. I thought it was bad, and I think a lot of people, or more so now, agree that it's bad. I salvaged all the way, and I mean, really, what else is there to do? You can salvage, or you can do those little courses, but that's pretty mind-numbing. It's just a kind of a non-skill. It's cool as a gimmick, and kind of just to see the world in that way, for sure. You know, it'd almost be cool if maybe there was like a quest line that took you around the ocean or something, I don't know. But yeah, as far as a skill, it was kind of just, to be honest with you, I felt like they just put me behind a little bit as far as getting my max. So that would be my first F tier. Maybe I'll just shop that in there. But anyway, there it is. That's my final tier list. I'll revisit this after I get a little further. Maybe we'll shoot for level 70 combat, or maybe like 1,000 total, 1,500 total on my Iron Man. I'll revisit this and see how my outlook on it's changed. Anyway, that's it for this one. Deuces.